As someone that reviews tech, I often buy and get a lot of products from all over the place. I mean, it's a growing process. I'm always looking for something that can benefit my workflow and, above all, is cool, so I can come here and show it to all of you. Now, if you're a fan of this channel, I've talked a few times about some of those favorite products already, like the Shift Cam Pro Grip, my MX Keys keyboard. Those are just two of the faves that I rave about all the time, and rightfully so, because those are dope tech products, at least to me they are. Now today, I want to talk about some of the tech that I use on a frequent basis that hasn't gotten a chance to shine, and that is until now. So we're going to kick things off with my SD card to Lightning adapter. This has saved me so much time and hassle for wanting to transfer footage captured on my iPhone to Premiere Pro on my MacBook. To me, this is far more convenient than airdropping, which can sometimes have issues depending on the size of your transfers, which is vital to me because I use 4K RAW on all of my recent videos. Now, I love this because of its simplicity. I mean, this dongle here connects to the iPhone via the Lightning adapter, which works extremely well. I mean, I've never had any issues in the past year that I've had this. The other piece of this equation is having a good quality SD card to move all of your data to, and then go through the process of completing the transfer. To set this up, I simply take my SD card and insert it into the slot like so, and then plug the Lightning cable in into my iPhone. Unfortunately, there's no indicator telling me the phone is connected to the dongle, but I'll know if it's working or not from when I open up my Photos app and attempt to save the files. This is where I'll see the SD card listed as a place to move my footage. And being as someone who shoots primarily using an iPhone, I don't feel there's any easier way to get your footage from one place to the other as simple as this, which is one of the reasons I choose to shoot with iPhones primarily. This iPhone 12 Pro Max was the bread and butter for me when I first got into content creation. I mean, I've had this phone since it was released, and in 2023, it can still hold its weight against more modern phones. On the outside, this is one of the best looking phones there is, minus the smudges that this coating gets. I went with the gold because of how attractive it is. Adding to its premium build quality, there's these gold rings around each of the three 12 megapixel cameras that I'll touch on in a bit. And the OLED Super Retina XDR display is still one of the best looking screens that there is. This phone's been really snappy and responsive in the last couple of years that I've been using it. Now, as for those pictures, as you can see, they still come out very, very nice. iOS has always done a great job with its image processing that brings the best out of the iPhone's cameras, and when it comes to video, the 4K footage is a bit contrasty, but still good enough for day-to-day use. I don't knock that this phone has a display at 60Hz compared to other flagships at the time. I mean, the iPhone has always performed excellent, and despite all the work that I've given this phone, it is still very responsive and very reliable. And this is the first iPhone to have MagSafe wireless charging, which is a good time for me to segue into one of the sponsors of today's video. Weetla is a phone accessory company, and this month they're launching a wireless charger that's compatible with all vehicles as long as they have a USB-A port. The benefit of using this is that it's a phone holder that features mechanical arms, which will lock into place when you place your phone in it. It also has up to 15-watt fast charging and a premium metallic build quality. Now, the craftsmanship of the holder itself is no slouch either. Although I wish there was a stand for this, I was very satisfied with how the vent holder kept the charger in place while I was driving my car. After unboxing, you see that the holder is small and very well put together. On the outside, there are metal edges that give this a real premium look and feel. All the hinges are tight, and they leave no room for shaking, which is something I value a lot when entrusting a holder to protect my phone. And as I've mentioned, the clip that goes into your car vent works so securely that when you're driving, the holder won't wobble or lose its orientation. I really appreciate Weetla and how well they built this. The way it works is that it's powered by a USB-C port, and you plug that into your truck or car's USB-C-A port. Now, if you happen to have an extra USB-C to USB-C cable, whereas your car or vehicle may have only USB-C ports, that's fine as well. You'll know that this is on when you see this blue light here in the middle. And then from there, you simply place your phone into the holder, and you're going to allow a few seconds for it to sense that your phone is in place, whereafter its arms will secure your device while keeping it charged at the same time. And as for removing your phone, the holder has two buttons on each side underneath the mechanical arms, and when you press on either one, those arms will loosen. I'll drop a link to this in the description below in case you want to learn more. It is definitely worth checking out in my opinion. This is a dope product that I stand by and I will be using in the future. Thank you again, Weetla, for sending it out. And thanks to this ominous device here lurking underneath my laptop, I had just as much fun testing that car charger in my office as I did in my car. This docking station has changed my entire workflow, and I am so thankful that I was able to find it on Amazon. Now, I don't know how to pronounce the name of this brand, so I'll put it here on screen, but what hyped me up about this docking station is that it allows me to have dual monitors with my M1 Pro MacBook. On the front, there's the power button, two USB-A ports, the SD card slot, audio ports, where there's a glass top that lights up, showing the brand logo when the station is turned on, a very nice touch. Now, on the back are the display ports, dual HDMI ports, single LAN port, a single USB-C port, and three USB-A 3.0 ports to match the front of the device. And its dual purpose is being sturdy and small enough to serve as a stand for my laptop. This docking station supports either a dual 4K monitors or a single 5K monitor, where all of each will be 60Hz refresh rate, and is available in 4 different colors, which is great for its price point of $159. Now, the last device is also sort of a docking station in its own mind, and that is another device provided for me by channel sponsor Minisopuru. This is their just released 4-in-1 USBC hub, which has been designed at excelling in data transfers, and as a bonus, this hub allows fast charging up to 20 watts. And it is an updated version of their 5-in-1 USB-C hub I reviewed a few weeks ago that features up to 4 USB-C ports here on the side. Those are for transferring data, and a power point here at the end that charges up to 15 watts. I'll post a link to that video in case you want to check it out. But the star of the show is this blue hub here. So we've got 4 USB ports here along the side, one of which I think is a power outlet. USB-C connector here at the end that's needed for it to get the transfer speeds that it's capable of. Enough talking about what it looks like, let's go ahead and unbox it. Now that is a very pretty blue. I love the way it hits this light. It's kind of giving me Sonic the Hedgehog or navy blue vibes, and I love this. Alright, so at first glance, this is a pretty solid build. It is all metal with a glass display here in the front that we will get to later. Looking around the side, I see an AC or a DC adapter port here for powering this. And I'm already loving that they upgraded the USB-C cable to a threaded one. Whereas on the hub that I just reviewed, that was a plastic wrap cable. Big props, man, for having those black and gray details. I do love that. And even on the tip here, this is color matched to the actual hub, whereas the last one was also color matched, but there's just something about this blue that makes it stand out. It's very, very nice. Looking around the front, there's the 4 ports that each get up to 10 gigabits per second transfer speed, and the last port doubles as a charging port, whereas on the other hub had an advantage of 5 ports, but this one is lacking that glass display. And on to the power brick. This is just your standard AC adapter, and if you're wondering why they included this, is in case you don't already have a USB-C brick to plug this into, as plugging it into a power source is the only way you're going to be able to power another device. Now, once this hub is plugged in and charging something up, that glass display activates and shows you what rate your charging rate is at. And I mean, other than this, there's nothing else you can get from the display. Though I can see it being used to troubleshoot a broken device or something that's having battery issues. And the same goes when you plug, say, an SD drive into one of the data ports. Those two will light up showing you which port is activated and how fast your transfer is, which is good depending upon your needs. So unless you're someone that just wants to see that for the novelty it is, I feel this hub is more for IT professionals that can make use of that information on the display. But nonetheless, you shouldn't knock it, or any of the tech items we talked about just now, as they all have their own unique benefits that can fit the right needs. More of the reasons why I still use them. The 4-in-1 hub gives me the added benefit of having an extra I/O for my content creation, while the SD reader just makes creating content simpler. I hope that you can take away that despite what a device looks like on the outside, it just might surprise you if you were to give it a chance. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching if you made it this far. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter as I'm posting more content there. Until the next one, hope everybody stays safe. Peace.